Hi everyone, this is Ari from Hawaii. Aloha! I've been dating my boyfriend for close to 3 years now. He asked me out in freshman year of high school, and he said it was love at first sight when he laid eyes on me from across the hallway. Paul was the typical popular jock, so I was surprised and skeptical in the beginning. Slowly but surely, I fell in love with him. And 3 years later, I'm still in love with him until one fateful day. It was a typical Saturday, and he invited me over to hang out and watch movies with him. I loved spending time with him, however I can. And since we both weren't working, I was fine with it. His dad is also super sweet when I'm here. I have to admit I had a small crush on him, but who can blame you when he's near mid-40s, but still in great shape? But we'll talk about this later. I'm craving pizza, Paul stated, grabbing his phone to make the order. Yeah, I'm down for pizza, I said, perking up from where we were lying on the couch. He stared at me for a moment and then pressed his lips together. I was going to ask what he was thinking when he spoke again. They also sell salads, he told me, and I frowned at how random he had brought it up. I arched up one eyebrow. Okay, and? You want that? I shook my head, feeling weirded out he even discussed it in the first place. No, I want pizza. Who buys salads from a pizza store? I thought it was strange, since even when we watched the movies, he had a lot of things to comment and joke about. It wasn't until an hour in that he turned to me, determination dancing in his eyes. I have something that's been bothering me for a while, he said, pausing the television. I didn't even get to ask when he blurted out the next statement that changed my life. I'm breaking up with you, Jay said, rubbing the back of his head as he averted his eyes from me. I almost choked on my pizza as my eyes widened. What? I'm sorry, Ari, he lamely replied. Why? I questioned. Up to date, I thought we were doing great. We got along extremely well, and was compatible on basically everything. I guess I was the only one that thought like that. Did I do something wrong? He pressed his lips thinly together and swallowed. It was something he does when he's nervous and felt guilty by what he was thinking. I set down my pizza and refused to let my fear control what I needed to know. Why? I asked again, firmer this time. Because you gained a lot of weight and I don't find you sexy anymore. At first I thought I was hearing things. I mean, can you imagine how crazy this sounded in my head? You're breaking up with me because I'm fat? I scowled, almost yelling as I stared down at my body. I had only gained a mere 10 pounds, which was nothing compared to his weight he had gained. He doesn't even bother going to the gym anymore or dressing up. And he had the audacity to say I got fat? I tried to get you to eat more healthy food, like salads, he continued. I even signed you up for the gym and you never got the hint. He tried to squeeze the blame onto me. I sat there shell-shocked as he continued. I'm sorry, Ari, but I can't even get myself hard down there with you anymore. Seeing you fat is putting me off and you look disgusting. I'm sorry, I hope we can still be friends. Shortly after, I gathered my items and left his house. I honestly think I was too mad to actually be sad. I stared down at my stomach and I pinched it. I had gained weight, but it wasn't so bad anyways. I wasn't going to let him put me down. I was going to show him how much better I can be without him. I decided to use the 1-year gym pass that my now ex-boyfriend had gotten me. It just seemed like a waste to not use it. So I completed the application online and went to sign up with a personal trainer. There was one person available, so I had no choice but to schedule for the one right before 7 at night. With my gym clothes, I went to the luxury gym he signed me up for. Turns out that his dad is a personal trainer there. I knew his dad worked at a luxury gym, but I didn't know it was here. Hey there, Ari, he said with a grin. Fancy seeing you here. Hi, Mr. Kennedy, I replied. Terry is fine, he corrected and then tilted his head to the side. What brings you to the gym? I shrugged and held on to my stomach. It still hurts whenever I thought about what my ex-boyfriend said as I forced myself to chuckle. I gained a bit of extra weight and someone said I looked disgusting. At that, a scowl appeared on his face. Well, whoever said it must be blind, he murmured. I'm sorry? I questioned. I guess Paul didn't tell his dad the reason why we broke up a couple of days ago. I wasn't even sure if Terry knew Paul broke up with me since I had blocked him on everything now. He shook his head and chuckled. It's nothing. I hope it won't be awkward that your personal trainer is your ex-boyfriend's dad. I laughed, punching him lightly in the arms. Only if you make it awkward. For the next 2 hours, we talked and joked while working together. I honestly didn't realize how much we got along. I didn't even want to stop talking to him when he clocked out, and I waited for him to get out so we could walk to the bus together. Thanks for waiting for me, he said with a grin. I hope it wasn't too hard on you when you were working out. I grinned back, shaking my head. I needed it anyways, thank you. He takes a pause and then pressed his lips thinly together, while looking away. Just like his son. He only did that when he was nervous, or something was on his mind. Before I could ask, he blurted out, "Can I take you out for dinner?" "Sure, I'll just order a salad," I said with a facade smile. "Forget what my son said. He's stupid for calling you fat. You're the most beautiful girl I've seen," he growled. I widened my eyes at his proclamation. "Really? You knew we broke up before that?" He nodded. "Yes, and he's stupid for letting you go. If it was me, I would love you no matter what." "Thank you," I said, blinking away the tears. "And I would love to go to dinner with you. It won't be awkward?" "If you don't make it awkward," I teased as I took his hands into mine. We ended up eating pizza together because it was my favorite thing in the world. For 2 months, I worked religiously at the gym with Terry, and then he'll take me out for dinner. I actually was able to get skinnier and prettier too. I was elastic. Not only was I happier now, but I also felt beautiful. Not to mention, I was developing a huge crush on my ex-boyfriend's dad. It was the happiest day of my life when he brought me a whole pie pizza and wrote on the box, "Will you go out with me, beautiful?" I said yes right away. I found the person who likes me for me, be it either fat or skinny. Terry never looked at me any different. In fact, his eyes always sparkled when he talked to me. He told me he's never been in love before in his life. I was shocked, since he was married before. It turned out that they were forced to marry since she got pregnant with Paul. He arranged for an official date for us at a restaurant and asked for me to come by tomorrow and dress up nice. So I went all out to buy a nice red dress and a pair of heels, too. Now that I was skinnier, it showed off my curves that I worked so hard on 2 months before. Driving over and parking into their driveway, I knocked on the door, and I didn't expect Paul, my ex-boyfriend, to open the door. "Hey," Paul said, his eyes taking my body in with a huge sly on his face. He whistled, "Wow, Ari, you look different." I swallowed, feeling uncomfortable. "Thanks." "Hey, beautiful, are you ready for our date?" his dad said, cutting off Paul from whatever he was going to say. "Dad?" Paul gasped, his eyes widening. Then his eyes darted to Terry. "Wait, Dad, your date is my girlfriend?" "Ex-girlfriend," I corrected and glared at him. "Remember, you broke up with me because I got fat." "Can I talk to you privately for a moment?" Paul said and grabbed my wrist hard. I yelped at how hard he grabbed me, and instantly he released me when Terry cut in. "Get your hands off my girl," he shouted and then punched his son in the jaw. I gasped as my ex-boyfriend hit the floor. My eyes were so wide, I swore they were going to bulge out of my eye socket. "Don't touch Ari again." "How dare you seduce my girlfriend?" Paul threw out instead and turned to me. "We need to talk." "No, you're not." "It's fine," I mumbled, cutting Paul off. I smiled at him, resting one of my hands on his forehead. I really didn't think he would punch his own son for me, but I knew I couldn't let their family dynamic be destroyed because of me. "It's okay, baby." "Are you sure?" Terry said, glaring at his son. I nodded. "Yes, I'll be right down in 5 minutes." Terry pulled me in for a quick kiss in front of his son, and I blushed. I followed Paul up to his room and he closed it. "Why are you going out with my dad?" Crossing my arms, I scowled at him. "Because he liked me even though I was fat. And who I date is none of your business. Why did you call me up here anyway?" He goes quiet for a second and then sighed. His eyes turned pain and he ran his fingers through his hair. "Give me another chance. I messed up, but I swear I'll do everything I can to make it better. Give me another chance. Ari, don't throw away 3 years because of my mistake. My dad, he's too old for you anyways, and people will judge you." Now I don't know what I should do. Should I break up with Terry in order to give Paul another chance? Paul was the sweetest boyfriend ever, and closer to my age. Or should I continue dating his dad who loves me regardless of how I look? Terry is also as sweet, but I know in my little town in Hawaii, people are going to judge us. Let me know what I should do in the comments section. I don't know who else to ask about what I should do next. A part of me cares about both of them equally. I thought all I wanted was revenge, yet right now I feel so conflicted. Please be sure to also give a like and subscribe for more content like these.